in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, my kids and I, we went somewhere to eat, and this guy was giving this waitress a hard time. I almost wanted to say something. I had to bite my tongue. I'm like, can you please leave her alone and let her finish me, and then she'll call the manager, and then she'll deal with you. But I
Oh.
kept my mouth shut. My son said, "You did a good job, Mom." I'm like, I didn't feel like it. I was ready to go off on him.
Oh my goodness. Yes, we have to bring kindness to the world. That's our job these days. Okay. All right. What's going on? Oh my goodness. What is happening?
I'll come to your party.
You come to my party? Oh,
Said summer launch party. So I was like, I'll
what's
come.
happening next Monday? We're going to talk about that if I can get to the right screen. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, let's try this. There we go. Can you see it?
Trying to make
Okay.
something funny out of something that went wrong.
Okay, here we go. All right, you guys. So we are soaring to excellence the last 9 weeks of the year. So we are imagining that how we finish the next 2 months are the launch for the next seminar year. So we are on target for being a circle of achievement unit. And that is fantastic. It's a fantastic goal to hit. Our goal has been for the last several years to be a circle of excellence unit, which is bumping up to the 650 excuse me, $650,000 circle of excellence. We've never hit it before. And you know what? We're not changing the goal. We're just going to change the deadline. But the goal, what we launched last week, was getting ourselves in the mindset of what does it look like to think about being excellent right now? What does that look like? And so we last week I launched a little tribe that I'm going to click ahead to it and then we'll come back. It's a tribe that has its own little special group, and you only have 3 qualifications to be in it. You get to decide if you want to be it week by week. And the 3 things that you do is one, you set a target for yourself for the week. That's it. The second is I put everybody that sets a weekly target in a Voxer group and we share our target for the week. There's no judgment. It can be whatever the heck target you want, but you commit to sharing a win every day, any kind of win, and you commit to cheering each other on. And so this has been my favorite place to hang out this week with the 3 people that were in our group last week because there was sharing of wins. There was, and sometimes a win was I called this person that I was scared to call, and that was their win for the day. And people were cheering each other on. And so there was cheering, and then everybody turned in their wins on the weekly wins Google form. Just 3 things. And the idea behind this is that there are people in this group that are saying, you know what? I want to focus for a week on my target. And I want to be with other people that are focusing this week on their target and I want to cheer each other on. Like I want to feel that we're in this together. You guys, I don't know if there's anything that feels more scary than to put something out and get no response. You guys, is that like the saddest feeling? You're like sharing something and it's crickets. And so this group, the women that were in this group this week committed to go on, I'm going to cheer my friends on. And so you are welcome this week. Everybody, you can, if you're like, I'm going to step out for a week, you can. You can step back in. But you have tonight, I'm going to ask that if you want to be a part of the Soar to Excellence group this week, just say, Beth, I want to be in. I'll put you in the group. If you want to step out, I'll take you out. There's no judgment one way or the other. It is just a space where people are going, I want to be vocal and encouraging and have a target for myself to keep me focused. And I was telling everybody last week that the place I got this idea from was an app that my oldest daughter shared with our family, and it's called Strava. It's a workout app. And you like when you work out, if you start your little thing on your watch, it shows up on your phone. But the workout goes to this app called Strava and you can follow people. Well, I only follow now my family. So my 3 children, my son-in-law, and my husband. And you guys, I will tell you, I have done my workouts on a couple of days because I wanted it showing up in my little Strava. I wanted my kids to know that their mom was exercising. And I thought that's the power of Mary Kay, right? Like that is what Mary Kay designed our company to be. It's why she created this this like this structure of having individual units of people that have a leader and consultants and team members because she knew that smaller groups cheering each other on were super powerful. And so that's what this is. That is what this is. And so we're going to do this through the end of the seminar year, this Soar to Excellence group. And I'll tell you guys, the people that did the most this week were in this group. And I think it's because of the cheering and the accountability. So we'd love to have you join us in our Soar to Excellence group. Last week we had Dawn and Lynn and Amy that were in the group. And I'm going to have you all share a little bit later tonight what you felt the benefits were for being in the group. So let's look at our queens for the week. Our Queen of Faces was Dawn. Our Queen of Sales was Amy with $621 in sales. And our Queen of Bookings was Dawn. And so congrats to our queens tonight. Woohoo! It was so fun. And Dawn, I'm going to have you, we're going to talk to you in a little bit, but Dawn, I think, had one of my favorite shares in our Soar to Excellence group after your facial that you did. It was so fun. But I'll have you share that in just a minute. Dawn, are you like, what does she want me to share? I can see your wheels spinning. Like, what does she want me to share? I'll remind you. Okay, you guys, I had a challenge from the 1st of April to the 25th to sell a certain number of items. And if you did, by the 25th, I would get you a foundation of your choice when I ordered yesterday. So yesterday was the day I could order all of the new foundations, all of the new summer line, which I did. And big shout out to Erin Hildebrand, who actually sold 80 items to get her foundation. So her foundation shade, it's on its way, and she's going to get a sample pack of the new foundations. And I've decided so hers is already ordered. She's going to get her super fast. But all of you cannot order your foundations until May 10th or 15th, depending on if you participated in the preferred customer program or if you were a star. But I am going to extend this to the end of April. If you, for the whole month, sell 40 items total and you have 400 wholesale, I will place another order at the end of the month with your foundation shade. That's what I'm recommending. So you can get it and start wearing it and be able to tell people what it feels like and experience it in a sample pack. So that will extend through Thursday, which is the last day of the month. You just have to text me. Text me before you go to bed that night if you hit that 40 items sold and hit 400 wholesale and your foundation shade, and I'll make sure I get it ordered for you. Okay? All right. I want you all to have this foundation because you guys, it is going to be one of the most fun ways to book appointments in May and June, and lots of fun stuff coming. Okay. Well, a reminder that we are in the last quarter of the seminar year, so our last star quarter. And I put a reminder up here of how to get to star. So I like to break it down into weekly chunks. And so if you want to remember this, you can just take a picture of this and screenshot it. So you remember, okay, to hit star, it's selling 300 a week for that first level. And it just goes up in increments. And when I was a new consultant, I heard all the time, stars drive cars, stars drive cars. And what that means is when you do enough consistent activity to be a consistent star, then you will have the consistent customer base that will help you build a team and earn different levels of recognition. And so I love how Mary Kay takes really big things and breaks them down into chunks. That is helpful for my brain when the rest of the world feels kind of overwhelming. All right. Well, all right. This is what I'm gonna pause there and we're gonna come back to this. I'm gonna stop here for a second. Okay. Well, I want to talk to Dawn and Lynn, and then Faith, I'm going to have you do your sharing tonight on what Faith is going to share on. But Dawn and Lynn, let's start with you guys. You were a part of the Soar to Excellence group last week. So Dawn, let's start with you. What did you take away from being a part of that group last week?
Accountability, which was funny when you had mentioned to do this last week. I was like, I need to talk to Beth about accountability because I am the worst when it comes to accountability. And then this showed up, and I'm like, okay, Lord, thank you very much for putting this in my lap. And so it was perfect. And it kept me on my toes. And so when I had reached my goals, which I was shocked, I reached my goals and then some last week. It was insane. And never expected it. And it just, well, no, there's one goal I thought was hoping for two faces, but that didn't happen. But I reached my money goal. My goal was $200, and I got almost. A lady told me last night she bought some stuff, so I got almost $300 worth in sales alone,
Awesome.
which
Yeah.
I was not expecting.
Yeah.
But it made me encouraged to go, okay, now I want to do another one and get that 200 and something again. So
Right.
it encouraged me. Um, Even though that party went wrong for the host and me, we both were, it was, it didn't go well for both of us, but so I'll save that for later. But it was just an encouragement. It was other people going, hey, we've been there, it's okay. Or, congrats, you got your goal. But the main thing was to keeping me accountability and
Mhm.
saying, it's okay. I can do it next week.
Yeah.
It was just a big encouragement. And to me, with somebody that has been feeling like she has failed everything since she started last year, it was just a big win for me. It felt like, wow, you
Yes.
know, I can't explain it. It was just, it was right what I needed, and God put it in my lap, thanks to you, Beth. So,
Love it. It is the power of community, and it is why Mary Kay is so it it just works when you take advantage of all the parts of it. And the community is gigantic. It is so gigantic. Yeah. Yep. So important. Awesome. Lynn, what are your takeaways from being in the group last week?
Encouragement, because I I was trying so hard to get my 40 um, items sold, and I posted in the group, and Don goes, Lynn, you got another couple weeks to to sell before the price goes up.
Mhm.
And that's all I needed to say, okay, I'm going to keep calling. And I think you said something too, Lynn, keep going. Because
Yeah.
I was really bummed Sunday or Saturday night when I could not message you saying I sold my 40 items. And Don says, Lynn, you got 2 more weeks before prices go up.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, okay. So then um, I've had some health issues the past couple weeks, and very scary health issues. So I reached out to Beth, and she encouraged me. Reached out to a couple Christian friends who, um, Bonnie Hart Beth was one of them. And
Love her.
she, Bonnie, Bonnie is, she was my Stephen Minister trainer,
Mm.
but she's such a strong prayer warrior. And we have a prayer group that meets every Tuesday night. And when I talked to her last night, she goes, Lynn, do you mind if I share in the group that what you're going through? I'm like, no, I don't mind, because Pastor already knows. And there's a couple of strong people in that group. Sue Mabry's still in the group, Beth,
Mm.
even though she's left the congregation. And Bonnie's left the congregation now, so she's, not she's gone to St. Matthew All Lake. But anyway, and then I talked to another person, and all three of them, I mean, Beth, Bonnie, and Nancy all encouraged me and said, God's got you. You don't. And then our Bible study group too. Um, I put it in there too. Sorry, I'm joking up. It's scary when you have to go to the emergency room and nobody in your family can go because they're working, because the closest three people in your family are in heaven. Sorry, guys.
Mm. Yeah, Lynn.
Sorry, I'm getting emotional.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I know that God's got me, and I know that I have strong friends that care about me,
Mm.
Christian friends. And I think that's the why I joined Mary Kay. first place because I watched Beth for years doing what she's doing. And she always said, she said, Lynn, you recruited yourself because I watched her grow and do what she was doing.
Mhm.
And then I said, I want a cup of coffee, Beth.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Lynn, it is you're so wise to put yourself in the space of people that are going to encourage you. That's such a smart thing to do. And we love you and are going to continue to pray for you as you navigate this. But you're never alone on this journey. And so I'm really I'm just really proud of you for continuing to stick with it and to stick with people and to stick with communities where you serve, and you're so loved. So,
Thanks, Beth.
well, you guys, it's Mary Kay was so smart when she knew that all the strengths of women, from the determination that we have, um, that like we're just wired to navigate a lot of things, and we're also really good at caring for each other. Like that's just how God created us. And so to have women be in a community where we can support each other and love each other, and not be critical or jealous, like that's unique in the Mary Kay world. So I love that I see that on our team. It makes me so grateful. Well, Faith is going to do a little product knowledge for us. One of the things that when we think about this new foundation launch, it's not just foundation that we're going to get to talk to with people. There's so much that's connected to foundation. So we've talked about skincare for a couple of weeks and how really before you are finding somebody's match, that you make sure you're doing a skincare session with them at the same time with the match. But Faith is going to talk tonight about some other products that are just like make total sense to talk to with somebody when you're talking about the new foundation. So, Faith, I'm going to spotlight you and you can take it away with all of the wonderfulness that you're going to share.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to share a product right now that comes in handy um, for anyone who wears uh, foundation or who doesn't wear foundation. It is specifically designed to prime for the foundation, but it actually serves purposes even beyond that as well. I love this very, very much. It is the foundation primer. Um, for those of us, let's see, who is a good target audience for this? Anyone who steps foot into the sun, because there's SPF 15 in here, broad spectrum. A great person for this is anyone who watches TikTok or Instagram reels or reels on Facebook, because you're getting told a lot about primers and all the different skincare layers. And so anyone who's on social media is going to be like, oh, primers, I don't even know what to do. And I got to prime something, right? We got to be ready, got to prime the pump. So that anyone who watches that is going to have an idea of what primer is if they, see reels and have makeup at all come in or skincare come into it. Another great use right now is prom season. People are going to be are have already started going to proms. I think this might be our last prom weekend, but anyone who wants their makeup makeup to stay for special events like proms, and we're heading into wedding season as well. Anyone who wants their makeup to look smoother, stay longer, and hold where it is going to need a primer. So what I love about ours is I have actually used primers from other companies prior to my Mary Kay days. One that actually looked like spackle. You used a spatula, a little baby spatula, and you drag it across this thing, and you fill in the crevices for wherever your wrinkles are, and it like smooths it out and it primes that area to have your makeup go over it. And it was kind of embarrassing to use, to be quite honest with you. I'm like, I feel like I'm trying to do demolition, like repair demolition on my face. So I think this feels more humane to me and silkier. The application for our product, it when it goes on, it smooths like silk. It is a totally different experience. So I'm going to show you now this little, it's clear. Oops, I put a lot on there. Like I'm doing my, like this is enough to do your whole face just for my little hand. Okay. Just a little, it's clear. It goes on clear. It dries to a matte finish. So it won't leave you looking like you're sweaty. And it just, there's not really a smell to it, except for maybe just clean. And it's lovely. So what I've just done on my hand is number one, I protected it from sun. And I'm pretending this is my face right now. I have smoothed over any hills and valleys. So this product is going to help, like the spackle product did. This product will still do that. It'll smooth, it'll go into those large pores, lines and wrinkles, and smooth it over so that when you put your foundation on, they're less visible. Hello, beautiful product, right? Um, and then in addition to that, it's going to let your makeup have a smoother application. So your skin's going to look more flawless and it will hold your makeup in place. And what I love about it too is it's resistant to some of those like transfer resistant. It helps hold makeup in place. And most of Mary Kay's makeup that we have, our foundations and whatnot, they're going to be transfer resistant. So like if you've ever gone shopping for clothes and you look at a shirt and you're like, there's makeup on this. Yeah, our makeup's not going to do that. Okay. And while this product isn't needed to be transfer resistant, it helps hold it in place. But what that means too is when you're dancing at a dance, at the end of the night and you're sweaty and stuff like that at prom or whatever, your makeup is still going to be where you put it at the end of the night. I actually tested this. I went rock climbing in the foundation primer with our foundation on top. And I wanted to see, because when I go to the gym with my makeup on, I'm a hot, sweaty mess afterward. But with the primer and our new, well, our previous line, which is getting a facelift also, it was still in place. Like you could tell I had worked out mostly because my hair was all sweaty. But my makeup was still in place. Like if I were in a picture at the top of a mountain after mountain climbing, I'd actually still look like I was a Mary Kay lady. And I really, really appreciated that. So, and then it just leaves like I'm sorry, I got to do the other one. My other hand is jealous. So I'm going to rub it into the other one as well because it just feels like silk. It is really a like a pampering experience while you are uh, getting your pores to look smaller and your lines and wrinkles to look smaller. It kind of blurs out those imperfections. And what I love is it's our patent pending oil-free gel. And so it has a matte finish and it kind of helps absorb oils on your face. So if you're an oily girl and a sweaty girl, you can still wear this product. It's still going to be good for your skin. And if you don't have oil issues, it's still going to be great for your skin. It is really built for any skin type. So what I love about this, you put it on after all your skincare. It's your last step. So oftentimes your sun protection is going to be the last step. All Mary Kay sun care goes last. And because this has sunscreen in it or SPF in it, it'll be your last step. Personally, I really love our mineral facial sunscreen. So I would put that on first and then add this on top of it. Just that's how I roll. So this is what you put on just before the foundation itself. So do all your skincare first and then this, and then you're set to go. Raise your hand if you have tried this product on your face. Oh, okay. So I'm preaching to the choir here for everyone who's on our video live. I actually wanted to just to tell you in my customer base, I have a gal who carries this in her purse all the time. She doesn't bring her foundation with her. She uses it in the morning, but then she tucks it in her purse. She's one on her counter and one in her purse because she is a school teacher and she goes outside for 20 minutes to 40 minutes for recess duty. Sometimes they have back-to-back recess duty when they're covering a shift. And so she will pull this out if it's a sunny day and she'll just reapply on top of her makeup because she loves how it feels and she just needs a little extra sun protection. And I'm like, you're a very smart woman. That's
Huh.
great. She goes, I bring even when I'm not wearing makeup, I just put this on just when I'm outside because if you do your skincare in the morning, you need to reapply throughout the day for extended exposure. So she just brings this with her. She's like, it's enough to get me through a double recess and it's perfect. So if you're going to the farmer's market and you're going to go have lunch and walk around farmer's market, just have this in your purse, just in the zipper pouch. It won't bother you when you don't need it, but when you need it, you can call upon it and it will be like "Do-do-do-do-do," saving the day. So I love that. I love it, love it, love it. Okay. So now that we're all in love with this, then we put our new fabulous foundation on. Once our foundation is on, we do have two other products I wanted to talk to you about today. They look very similar, but they do different things. And these are our multi-benefit concealer and our under eye corrector. Okay. I'm going to talk about the under eye corrector first. The under eye corrector actually comes in two shades. There is a deep peach and a light peach, and I have them pulled up on my iPad just so I can show you that this is the light peach, and then this is going to be the deep peach. And different skin tones, darker skin tones might appreciate the deep peach a little bit more. Lighter skin tones perhaps might start with the light peach. Also, girls are doing multiple things on multiple parts of their faces, so it could be that you want to grab both shades. For us Mary Kay ladies, we of course want to have both shades because we want them on hand to show people. So this one is the lightest or the light peach. And I'm going to show you what it looks like here. Now, I have incredibly fair skin. So for me, this is actually going to be maybe even a little dark, but it actually goes on quite nice. Now you'll notice it's peach. It's not concealer in the traditional sense, like to cover blemishes. This conceals dark circles. So for any of us who have darkness, like blues or purples under our eye area that kind of maybe looking a little sunken in or a little hollow in the eye area, especially, you can pop this on right here and it will help the peach counteracts the purpley blue colors. And if you look at a color wheel, you can see opposite colors cancel each other out. So this cancels out the blues and purples. Oh, how funny. I actually have lots of veins on my hand. This covered them. Ah! Oh, I might actually be using this on my hands in the morning. Have you ever heard of anyone who's done that?
Nope.
Yes, who's gonna. Look at that. Look at the difference. I don't know if you can tell.
That's a good way to demo it.
That's really cool. If you have superficial blood vessels like I do, there you go. You can demo it on the back of your hand and show them how those diminish as you go. Awesome. So the under eye corrector neutralizes that color. And one thing though is unlike under eye correctors we've carried in the past or that I've used, I've seen it from other companies. This is not just a makeup product, like a priming product. This also has skincare benefits built right into the product. I love that most of Mary Kay's products that we're putting all over our skin also carry skincare benefits. So it's just so genius because while you're wearing it and it's concealing things, this actually also has licorice extract in it, which is known to help reduce the key cause of discoloration. So we're not just covering it up anymore. We're actually helping to work against the issue being there in the long run. Um, it's long wearing and it's a really smooth base. Now, for some people, we want to color correct, but if the peachy still shows, or maybe it just makes the under eye area not purple, but still deeper than what you want, you can layer it with our multi-benefit concealer, and the concealer can go on top of it. So the blue and purple won't show through because you've neutralized it with the under eye corrector, while at the same time giving your skin that really great licorice extract to help counterbalancing. The under eye corrector also has vitamin E in it. Vitamin E is an antioxidant that's known to help fight free radicals. So this is a skincare product as well. There's also plant-derived glycerin in this also, and that is a humectant, helps to moisturize the skin. So there are 3 different benefits to your skin in addition to covering up that under eye darkness that we want to see in our makeup products. So that is pretty sweet. So if you it goes for 18, and as does our concealer. And the concealer looks very similar. So for me, I I put them in my bathroom in order that I apply them, because if I'm not wearing my glasses, I might miss the fact that this one at the bottom is a little more orangey, especially when I'm groggy in the morning. So I just set them in order and it's easy peasy. Once you squeeze it out too, you're like, oh, okay. And I just put them both on my hand and I can go back and forth. Like my hand is a little palette. Okay, this is the multi-benefit concealer. Also, of course, transfer resistant. It's lightweight. It's a buildable formula. So you can apply, and I'm doing it right here because this is where I have very red patches of skin. And the problem I face with that is currently I always look like I have blush really low on my face, but it's really Dawn, I see. Sister, right. Blush, now the trend is to go up higher, and I do that, but it also looks like I have it down low. So I need to use some primer and concealer in this area down here. Actually, the under eye corrector also helps to counterbalance red too. So you can play with it and figure out, all right, what works well for me on my face with my skin colors. But I love this. It comes in 9 different shades. It dries quickly. It goes on real creamy. I'm going to swatch this one for you too. And this is the lightest shade because I mean, Casper could have given birth to me because we're just really, really pale in on this side. So I have the under eye corrector here. So I'm going to put this one right next to it. And this is the lightest shade, which for me, I really like because it covers so well and you can tap it. I smooth it a little bit, but you'd never want to tug, especially if you're using this up in the eye area. Always pat. I'm kind of smoothing it because it's on the back of my hand. But if you see, like, again, those blood vessels that are so obvious here, check that. Look at that. It's 2 different hands. I don't even know whose hand this is. This is really, I actually like this. I wish
Oh.
I could put it on the backs of my hands. But this just blurs lines as well. So similar to the foundation, we see some brightening and concealing elements to this, where pores aren't gonna be as visible, lines and wrinkles aren't going to be as visible, and specifically um, uh, blemishes. So any of that redness from patchy people, just people who look permanently blushed like myself, can kind of dim that down. Sometimes I don't want my cheeks to be red. I'd like them to be peach to match my eyeshadow. I want them to be my blush shade, not my natural, sunburnt look. So yeah, so this goes on just beautifully, and over blemishes as well. You can build the coverage. So if you need a little bit more, you let it set, and then you go in for a dab more. It's actually super versatile as well. You can put this on after your foundation primer, before your foundation. So this could be a step before foundation, or that's if you're wanting to conceal more things than to brighten. If you want to use this as a way to maybe brighten up your under eye area, it's concealing maybe darkness. You're going to wear it on top of your makeup. So you can make this one product do so much for you. And again, you're going to get some of those beauty benefits because it also has that vitamin E in it, that antioxidant, to fight those free radicals. You're also going to get the humectant with that. I mean, it's beautiful. Okay. So we have skincare, we have makeup, we have concealer, we have brightener. This one product it's very powerful. It can do a lot for you. What I love about this too is younger people getting ready, they love products that do multiple things for them. They love to be able to do like a cheeky and a lippy with one product and do both. And the creams that can do multiple things really popular because they don't have to buy as many products. So the fact that this can conceal blemishes and brighten areas like almost like a highlighter for you, super genius. So those are the three products. The foundation primer, of course, goes for 20 retail, and the other two go for 18 each retail. And so it's a great price point, and you don't need a lot of products, so they actually last a really, really, really long time. Love them. Any questions?
So like
Awesome. Yes. What questions do we have?
under eye corrector when we went to the seminar conference, and I do this, it's great because my eyes, you can still see the veins and the darknesses if I don't put, and I have to take forever to like cover it up.
Mm-hmm.
I recommended taking the eye corrector, or no, the concealer, putting it
The
on
concealer as a
and then
primer.
put a powder on top
Yep.
of that, and then put your eye makeup on. And so that makes a big difference for me because yeah, you can literally see it. I mean,
Yes.
my redness starts on my nose and right here.
Yep.
So I'm going to see a dermatologist. At first, I was thinking I was getting like what's it called, lupus or something, but it's not that. I was freaking out. But it does. I mean, it still doesn't. Even with all the makeup, it still doesn't cover all the redness, and I'm still stuck with that pink cheeky thingy. And I
Yes.
just figure, well, God has a reason for it. I just don't fight it, but I work hard sometimes, layers after layers. But it's a great product. I love it because I can put it under my eye, and I
Yep.
think the little trick of a triangle doing thing, and I like the way it looks when you put it on. It doesn't look like it hides my little baggies if I'm lucky after I put the eye puffy stuff on. So
Mhm.
I love the products. I love them.
We love
Yes.
our Mary Kay.
Yep. I love that it can be used as a primer as well.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, the foundation primer, I use it on to hold my eyeshadow in place
Do you?
Mhm.
Okay.
since
Good.
they got rid of eye primer.
Yep.
Well, ladies, I'm going to share my screen again. Thank you, Faith. So good. So good. It makes me just want to go buy all those products. Like, where can I find a Mary Kay consultant? I need everything. Oh gosh. Here we go. All right, you guys. So next Monday, Faith, you don't know what new product is coming. You know a new foundation is coming, but you don't know the new summer products. But you were describing products that people are interested in that may possibly be in our summer line, which is very exciting, which will launch. You'll see everything on May 1st. But next Monday on our success night, I would love for you to bring friends. We're going to open it up to your guests, your customers. It will be, I wanted to launch the product not only to you all, but to your customers because what you can do is you can take pre-orders for this product. So they won't have their catalog yet. You can't even send them the e-catalog yet because that doesn't launch until the product is officially like that you guys can officially get it, but you can pre-order. And so next Monday at our regular success night time for the first half an hour from 7 to 7:30, your guests are invited to come. So this invitation I will post in our Voxer group. I'll post it in our Facebook group, and you will get to invite your guests to our meeting next Monday. I will show all the new products, talk about how we can use the new products. They'll be able to ask questions, and all of the guests that are there will go into a drawing, and I will be giving away a couple of the summer products. And so that is going to be exciting for you to get to share the new things with people before it even is shareable. Like say your catalog hasn't come yet, but you're going to get a sneak peek. And you guys, one of the fun things I wanted to share with you let me see what else okay. Well, let me go through a couple more of these slides to talk about next week, and then I want to show you something in the catalog that also really connected with what Faith shared. So next, all this week, you're going to invite friends. 7 to 7:30, be 30 minutes. The first half an hour will be sharing the new summer product with you and with them. And then at 7:30, I'm going to close it out and let you have that second half an hour that you have always set aside for Mary Kay to connect with your customers. What did they like? What would they like to pre-order? And so you can start generating sales immediately of this product. There may be some people that want to host a party. Maybe they're thinking, gosh, I want to get some of these products for some of the fun things that we're celebrating in May. All kinds of things, but I wanted to give you the chance to introduce the new line to your customers ASAP. So I want them to come next Monday. Okay, does that make sense? Do you guys have any questions about that? I'll keep blasting and reminding you all week long so you remember. But the descriptives of what Faith was saying about product that people were interested in, we are launching with Mary Kay. And I'm going to show you, I'll spotlight myself. I'm going to show you a page of the catalog. And look at this, you guys. This is what Faith was talking about. Look at what this is called. Can you see that? Under painting. And it's this idea. Oh, let me see. Here we go. No, this direction. I can't see what I'm showing you. Okay, why can I do this? There we go. So I don't know if you can see, but oh, here we go. Here we go. So it shows all of the concealer and darker concealer, lighter concealer. All of these things are going on underneath the foundation. So this goes on first and then the foundation over the top. It's called underpainting. It's trending, gives you a glowy look. But we'll talk about this next Monday with your guests. But those are things that are trending right now that Mary Kay is talking about, and we can get people excited about this. So next Monday, summer launch party during our success time. All right. Well, I want to end. Do you guys have any questions about anything about products, about next Monday, what that's going to look like? Any questions about any of that? Faith, yes.
As a way to describe this to our customers we're inviting and our friends we're inviting, we can tell them that they're going to see a sneak peek on some of the upcoming products that haven't even rolled out yet, that they'll have a chance to pre-order if they want to. And they're going to learn about a new trending makeup application technique called underpainting.
Underpainting. Yep.
That's correct. Okay.
Yep. That's it. And all of the tips are going to be coming out of their catalog. And so if they're getting their catalog, that's going to generate some excitement for them getting it. And I know I have a lot of my customers that said, I want the e-catalog. And so I did not send out as many paper this time because I had so many that want the e-catalog. So it's right with them. All that to say, it's going to generate some excitement for that too. So yes, and then everyone that comes will be entered into a drawing that night for a couple of the new summer products. So yes. You know what might be fun is if you ask your guests, if you could submit a question that you have about any summer skin issue, anything that they can think of, like heading into summer, what summer skincare or makeup question do you have? What summer, and that's something that you could put out on social media. Like, we're heading into summer. What summer skincare or makeup question do you have? To generate just conversation. And then if somebody responds with, well, my skin, like, how do I know what foundation shade to wear? If you get conversation started, that would be a great person to say, oh, you should come on Monday night. We're going to actually launch our new summer line, and you can answer some questions at that time. So just to generate, what we want is to generate excitement for what we do and for the fact that we are here to answer questions and launch new fun things. So, okay. Well, Dawn, I would love if you would wrap us up tonight with sharing what you said after your facial. How did you describe it? And then how did you feel?
Okay, so like I didn't get any sleep the night before. So I was going through like my emotions were like I almost canceled and said I can't do this because I need to be uppity and I'm like, no, I'm gonna go do it. And I did. I prayed like last time because my last one, nothing happened. It went smoothly and it was great. This time, not so much. Not only was I having issues, but so was the hostess. We get there and I forgot to talk to her about the light. And we were in the dining room and she only had like 3 or 4 light bulbs. And so she was trying to get the light bulb switched and put in there. Well, one of them broke off into the thing. So it took them 10, 15 minutes, her husband to get the thing out just so they could replace it to put the light bulb back in. So to get that going. So yeah, she wasn't having a great time either. But thank goodness it was, if it was this total stranger, I think I would have felt the worst, but at least it was somebody I knew from my church. So that kind of made me feel a little good that all this rookie stuff was going on and I didn't feel so bad. And so we get in there and we're going on and everything else. Well, everything that was in my binder, for some reason, I think I was trying to do something and I forgot to put it back together. And so all that stuff that was supposed to be in the binder to help me go in a row was out. And so that wasn't going well. So I threw the binder in the corner and I started just pulling the things out. I just started looking up and explaining what the best I could. I wasn't giving them all the scientific facts, but I could tell them what it does because it was stuff I used every day. And so, and she has a daughter who's going into the 10th grade. So her skin is still pretty, sensitive and stuff. And so I happen to have some leftover from Kara, who is not a consultant, but she was buying all these samples for this girl that was homeless and she was giving it to her. And so she just happened to have these samples of our TimeWise 3D, all multiple skincare, which was like, you know what? We don't have it like this anymore. So I'm going to use it since I don't have it for her daughter or her. And so we used it that way. And we were doing it and it was going great. Of course, they were having trouble trying to open up the packages because sometimes they're not nice. And so we were doing all this and things were going wrong. I was doing everything out of order. It went like crazy. But you know what? I explained to them what was going on. I talked about the collagen thing because her daughter was there and I wanted her to know how, and things like that. And then I found out that the mom can't use anything with SPF at all. She just can't. And so, but she ended up buying like the whole ultimate set. And well, not the ultimate, she bought that. Then she got the firming eye cream, which doesn't usually come with the kit. She bought that, but then she bought her daughter because I showed her the products that are like, I remember they came out 20 years ago and they were the very first TimeWise products out in the world. And I said that would be perfect for her skin. And so, because she didn't have any clear acne problems at all, she had like the perfect skin. I was so jealous. And she got 2 things for her, and I left there with $245 sold. I told myself in my own thing, I didn't put it on there, but I was like, I want $200 this week. And sure enough, I got to my 200. Granted 3/4 of it because she ordered it, which I didn't know, the interactive catalog. Now I know she ordered it through there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you could do that because I was waiting for her and I had the products on the side and, not, I'm like, well, okay. But, but she did order it. And so it was a great win. I mean, everything went wrong. I didn't feel so bad because we were both in the same boat. And I left there and I went, you know what? That was like the first rookiest thing I ever done in my life. I've been doing this and I had 3 or 4 people, but that's the first time where everything went wrong. And it was like, well, I was like, I gave myself grace because I've been having God because I'm having to learn that right now. That's in this thing what my pastor gave us, and it's called like a prayer minder. And so you put in your prayers in it, and you can do it as a group, and then every 7 minutes it'll come up, and you pray about it. It takes like 5, maybe less than 3 minutes, 2 seconds or so. And I put one of them was I give myself grace when something goes wrong because I'm bad at. And so it was like, okay, well, first of all, I'm going to go back home in the next couple of days and try to repack it so it's ready to go and they don't have to do it the night before. Secondly, I made money and I didn't do anything. So that means that, yeah, the product does sell itself. I don't have to do anything. So it was like, it was a win-win. And yeah, it's like, well, if I did one, I really got, and that money, I said, I really need to get 4 or 5 in a row because I need that money. And so it was like, but
Yeah.
it was a great experience. Yeah, I had fun. Despite it all, I had fun.
I love it. John, there's so many wins there. There's so many wins from you feeling like I just want to cancel because I'm feeling overwhelmed and doing it. Like that's a huge win. Your attitude after, I want to read what Dawn put in our Sword of Excellence group. She said, I just got back from the facial. Everything went wrong. I'd forgotten things, and somehow all the pages in the binder were out and out of order, but they still enjoyed the products, and I made $245 out of that class. It was for her and her daughter. Yay. Like, I mean, is that the greatest? And the stories that we get from just sticking it out like, there's very few perfect Mary Kay parties. I mean, I don't think I have any perfect Mary Kay part. There's always, because I knock stuff over. So you know, so Dawn, so many things to be proud of, and we are an inspiration to all of us as we head into this week to give ourselves grace, to keep going, and to recognize that we sell an amazing product. Faith shared that with us tonight with just the three that she talked about. So I hope you're leaving here excited about moving into the next week. So
I,
exciting.
I can't tell you, believe it or not, I had a really rough day today. It was really bad. I have clinical depression, and today was like the worst the last few days. And when it gets like that, my mind tends to kind of go in defense mode. And so I love my husband dearly, but he was not helping, and he was pushing buttons that he shouldn't have. And so we got into a really hot discussion, and it was just really bad. And he's just not wanting to work anymore. And I'm working hard. And he thought that, well, yeah, the way you're going, then Beth's going to fire you. And I'm like, that's not how this company works. No, that's not how it works. If that was the case, I think she would have fired me a long time ago. But it's not like
Wouldn't
that.
want my job if I was firing people. I wouldn't be doing this job.
Yeah. And I said, it doesn't work like that. And then he got quiet and stuff. But I haven't been feeling very happy, feeling useless, feeling because I get this way and I don't have the motivation to do anything at all. But coming here, somehow I got a little bit of a positive lift.
Mhm.
And I just needed an hour of just to listen to everybody and learn new things and see that I'm not the only one that's been having where Satan is just Satan's out there today. I think he's just all over. There's something in the air. I don't know. Everywhere I went, it was like at everybody. It's a scary. I just stay home, and I needed this, so I just wanted y'all to know I appreciate you.
Yeah, go ahead, Faith.
Dawn, I just wanted to tell you, number one, I wouldn't have known any of that by the way that you came in with such a good attitude and like you're just so into the learning and engaged with speakers and you're not like half doing something else, but you're 100% present. And that is very unique these days. And it's really, really great. I also was going to note earlier, but I couldn't find my chat that your makeup looks really, really pretty. You
I don't
look
have any on.
You don't have any, well, then your skincare is working for you, lady, because you look really, really pretty.
Yeah.
And just the way that you are carrying yourself from when you were early on. And I know I kind of have been coming in and out recently, but getting to know you early on versus now too. I don't know, I would not have known any of that by how you carried yourself with your professionalism here. So that is wonderful. And for Lynn and Dawn both, I'm going to be praying for you guys. Please pray for me as well. We need to be praying for each other. And you're right, Satan is being crazy. If I could just for 2 minutes share something in my Bible study Sunday, we were talking about angels and demons. What are angels and demons? What do we know from the Bible? And one of the Bible verses talked about uh, the fallen angels and how they are chained and in something like the abyss of darkness or something like that. And so the way I explain it to my kids is that they're still running crazy in our world, but they're chained. They're staked and chained. So they only have a certain radius they can travel. And so as God's people, we can be mindful not to dip into that radius, not to dabble in darkness ourselves and get close to where they are in the darkness. But Satan, his bite hurts, and he is a sneaky little son of a gun, but he's chained and he cannot get you. So we wrap ourselves in God's word. We get our butts to church every single Sunday without fail because we need Jesus, we need his word, and that sustains us and it keeps any bites we get from Satan's dogs. It keeps those minimal in our life so that they do not overcome us fully. But it can feel like we're being overcome. But what I heard from you is you're doing the right thing and run into Jesus. Keep running to Jesus and remind yourself Satan has power, but it's not ultimate power. It's kept in a certain, he's only allowed so much. And our God has ultimate power, and we're in the palm of his hand, and nothing can snatch us out. Okay. Don't jump out. Nothing can snatch us out of his hand. And he is protecting you. And when it feels really, really hard, just know that the Lord is there. He's with you. He's protecting you. And he's brought you to people in Mary Kay here. How weird that you'd find this in a cosmetic company, but he's brought you to people here who are going to remind you of that every single time you need a reminding of that, and who are going to need you to remind us of that on our dark days as well. Okay, so Satan be gone, Jesus reigns here. Praise his holy name.
Yeah. Amen. Amen.
Be a pastor's wife.
What's that?
You definitely sound like a pastor's wife.
She's a Jesus lover. She'd sound like that even if she wasn't a pastor's wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys, there in Mary Kay right now, there is such a call among leaders, like among the leadership of Mary Kay and consultants. I mean, we've got hundreds and hundreds of consultants in the consultant Bible study group. But there is right now a resolve among leaders to boldly pray for each other, for our company, for protection, because for over 60 years, it has been a place where people have come to know Jesus through the relationships that you make with people, helping them pick out their lipstick shade. Like the enemy knows it, and we I'm so grateful that we are amongst people and leaders that are saying we are not going to let the world or the crazy or anything dim our light. And we're not going to let that happen. And so being here, being in community, being in the Sword of Excellence group, like you guys, it is not just for your business. It's for, like Dawn, you saying, like, there are days that are hard. There are days like I just need to know somebody's out there. Like I need to, we all need that. And so what a beautiful thing that we have. Dawn, you showing up when you had such a hard day, like that is saying to depression, like we're kicking you to the curb today. Like, nope, you don't get to win today. And it didn't. And that's amazing. That's huge. So congratulations for being here. Faith, thank you for your words, always so encouraging. Lynn, you modeling for us, reaching out to people, like that's so important too. Like we never want to just suffer alone. We always want to want to reach out to people. So so encouraging. I'm always encouraged by all of you. And it's just a delight to get to walk this out with you.
I just want to say I'm glad to see Lynn because I did. Was it last Monday and you didn't come? And I called her as soon as I got done. I texted her like, "Are you okay? I haven't seen you in a while. What's going on?" 'Cause I was really worried. I was
Yeah.
very worried.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to see you today.
It means a lot, doesn't it, when somebody notices when you're
Yeah.
gone.
When she texted me and said, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay."
Good. It's good.
Beth, can you stay on for few minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, ladies. So let me know if you sell your 40 items by Thursday, and I'll get you your foundation. And we'll be back here next Monday with the new summer products. Bring your friends. All right. Bye, ladies. Yes, Lynn.
Okay, is the recording off?
Uh,